spoke the truth and people hated for it. It's not even like I think all my opinions are truth. They're just like my own truth. You know what I mean? It's just like what I think. You know, most people agreed with me, which was nice. I posted on Twitter, you know, minor rage bait where I called the VTuber Dracula flow mid, which, guys, I want to know your opinion. Do you think calling something mid is like a huge insult? Or do you think calling something mid is them simply saying it is middling, it is just okay? How do you interpret that if someone calls something mid? It's harsher than actual middling? I guess so, yeah. It's just not good, right? Slightly more negative than it sounds. Yeah, I think it's like one tick worse than saying, I think it's just okay. But it still means it's like average, right? I said it was mid on Twitter because in my mind, I just mean it's like, it's just okay. It's nothing special. And most people agreed. There were like 2 people that were like, wow. And I was like thinking about that and I was like, what is the interpretation of mid? I don't know. Phoebe! Thank you for the raid. Buzz. How was your stream? What were you doing? Happy 2026. Raiders, I was just asking my chat what mid means to them. If you call something mid, does it mean just okay, just middling, like 3 out of 5 right in the middle? Or do you think it's like a meaner thing? Like they mean it to be a bad thing? What's your interpretation personally? If you just hear me say like, I think mashed potatoes are mid. How do you take that? What am I saying when I say that? Yeah, Storm says, I think it's supposed to mean mid, but people see it as an insult. Ooh, when you said average -1, I think that's how people take it. Means it doesn't stand out in any way. Okay, so most vast majority of you said that it literally means what it means, right? Ooh, yeah, true. You said it changes when someone decides to say something's mid as then it hits the insult range. Yeah. I think it's all about like the tone. If you're like, this mid, right? Rather than just being like, this thing is mid. It's different, right? The little like qualifying words you put around it that I think change it more than anything. People are so extreme nowadays. If a person doesn't say it's good, then others think that person hates it. Oh, we talk about this all the time. Let's say you say, I don't like blank. Now, I don't know how you were raised. The way I was raised was to be very comfortable explaining what you do and do not like. And saying I don't like blank doesn't mean I dislike blank. It means, let's say it's 3 out of 5, right? 3 is neutral, 1 is I hate it, 5 is I love it. Saying I don't like this means you put it at a 3. I don't feel like a 4 or 5. But you didn't say you dislike it, which would be like a 2, right? You know what I mean? Or a 5 out of 10. Saying I don't like this means I think it's right in the middle. Because if you said I dislike this, or I hate this, or I think it's bad, then you'd be going down below the middle, right? And I was raised to be very comfortable saying I don't like blank, because in my mind it just means neutral. I don't like means it's not a 4 or 5 out of 5. It's like a 3. If I really disliked it, then I would explain it that way. I wouldn't say I don't like. I'd be like, I really dislike, or I hate. I can't stand blank. I think this is gross, you know, like if we're talking about food. That's how I always have said it, right? The thing is, the internet has taught me that a lot of people interpret different scales very differently and like what words mean on those scales. So I think a lot of you have probably experienced this. If you say, I don't like blank, people are like, oh, so you don't like it. And you're like, yeah, I don't like it. And they're like, oh, so you hate it. And you're like, wait a minute. Oh, you think it's a 3 out of 10. I didn't say that. You know, I didn't say that. Yeah, don't like and dislike are different, right? So I never said I dislike something. I just said I don't like it, which means it's not, if 0 is neutral, it's not +1. But I didn't say it's -1. It's just 0. Right? No particular like or dislike. I just don't particularly like it, right? And that's like, I don't know. I've always felt like that is exactly the meanings of these words. But then being a streamer, yeah, people don't like gray area. Like everything has to be so extreme. Like you're either a 5 or a 1 on the like and dislike scale. And you can't be anywhere in the middle. You definitely can't be a 3. You can't be neutral, right? I think you can say like, oh, I don't feel either way on this, but you have to state it like that. I don't particularly like or dislike. Like you have to say that, because if you just say 1, people will like take it to the extreme. You know what I mean? It's weird that you have to like qualify it every time. I keep repeatedly saying I don't like the VTuber Dracula flow video. Not because I feel strongly about it, but because I think it's completely middling. I think it's just okay, right? I don't think it's bad. I think it's just okay. But every time I say it, there's always someone who's like, oh, how could you insult the creator of the video? You know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm just saying it's okay. But because I've said it like 3 times, you know, people are starting to interpret it as like, I feel so strongly about disliking it or something, which is like not at all how I feel. Not at all what I said, you know? The good news is I think 95% of you completely understand what I mean. It's just that 5% are so loud. You keep repeating because they won't stop asking. Yeah, exactly. Because they keep coming into chat and asking, or I see them in other chats and asking, and I'm like, oh my God, guys, look, they're everywhere.